My name is Karen Nekesa Samkoya. I work for an organization called Regional Schools and Colleges Permaculture Program, RESCOPE. RESCOPE is a member of the Alliance for Food Sovereignty in Africa, which is also transitioning to agroecology. And we do that with our country chapters in Kenya, Uganda, Zambia, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. So we are co-members of AFSA so that we can also work with the youth and bringing the youth on the issue of seed and food systems. In Kenya currently, and now that we have a new government, the biggest threat right now is GMO, introduction of genetically modified organisms. Before this government, we have had a ban for a long time not to introduce GMOs in the country. But introducing GMO in the country means also interfering with the farmer seeds, the farmer variety seeds. So that is a very, very big threat, but which has also given us an opportunity. The opportunity we have in Kenya currently is that everybody is talking about agroecology. And agroecology is actually using nature and doing the right things with reference to indigenous knowledge. So for us, that is also an opportunity because we are able now to discuss about agroecology at the national, local, and county level. And probably I'll not go without saying that just the other day before he came to this event in Benin, we were launching an agroecology act and policy in one of our counties in Kenya, meaning that when we start from the counties, then it will trickle up to the national level. Yeah, seed sovereignty right now and what Kenyan organizations are doing, mostly the Alliance for Food Sovereignty organization, member organizations are doing, is one to try and revive the lost seeds. Because when you talk about indigenous, we are all talking about indigenous seeds. Some people refer to them as traditional seeds, but these are seeds that we used to see with our grandmothers, those that are almost my age, those years back, some years back. And we would see them exchange the seeds. We would see them grow even when there's a very tough weather, climatical conditions. But now we have lost these varieties. We have especially varieties from the sweet potato, the arrowroots, and millet, sorghum, all those seeds that we have lost. Of course, people say because your staple food is ugali, for instance, in Kenya, you need to have maize all the time. No. But what we are having in Kenya is that having people appreciate other types of food, not only ugali. So we're having them appreciate other foods that are drought resistant from the seed. Like, for instance, cassava is so drought resistant. So that's one initiative. The other one is we are now, through the reviving, we are establishing what we call seed banks. And these seed banks are within the communities, the schools, and even at the local level, the county level. We have made it important that county officers or county authorities also understand the importance of having a seed bank. When you have a seed bank, there's also ownership of the farmers. The farmers know that this is our seed, and so nobody will snatch the seed from them and introduce it somewhere else owning it. So that is very important. When we begin from the local level to save the seed and actually recognize that this is our seed, then that is very important so that we don't actually lose it. And therefore, we also talk about issue of seed cataloging to make sure that these farmers have their seeds recognized and the ownership. Cataloging is just to have the variety of the seeds listed down and from which farmer. That helps you to get it and to trace where that seed is coming from. So seed banking is key. But the other very, very important initiative we have in Kenya is having women as a custodian of seed and food sovereignty. Before I began working as an activist on food issues and food sovereignty, gender injustices, I lived with my grandmother. And she would share the seed. She's the one who knows how to select the seed for the next planting season, for food, and everything you need about it. She's the one who would even select millet. We used to use millet. In the shrines, I could see my grandfathers go under a tree and pray, because that was very important to tell God thank you and appreciate that cycle, the whole cycle of seed. So I would see a lot of celebrations on seed. So what I want to say is this. Currently, the situation also, maybe I didn't mention, is about accessing land, especially for women. And therefore, what we are doing is to encourage women speak. And speaking is making sure that they're confident, and also having to integrate the issues of seed in our policies from the local level. By integrating, then there's an issue of now allowing them to access land, and also just ensuring that they also manage the issue of post-harvest losses. Post-harvest losses are actually when you have so much surplus Then some people don't know how to maybe do value addition, maybe marketing. Those are the issues now, initiatives we're also introducing in the country. But now our recommendation is that we really need to work with women and recognize that they're custodians of seed. So we are really having that initiative in Kenya. Finally, maybe what I want to talk about is about collaboration with other organizations that are working around seed and food sovereignty in Kenya. We have coalitions like the Biosafety Biodiversity Association of Kenya, BIBA Kenya, who is actually in charge of the campaign that we have, the anti-GMO campaign in Kenya. And therefore, all of us have come together to support that and really say no to GMO. Currently, even if we have that lift of the ban, it has not yet been fully introduced. Of course, sometimes it can be political, but we can see some of even the opposition even supporting that we do not need GMO in Kenya. So that is a plus, and we hope that it will be okay. So we also have another organization that is really supporting the work of GMO, seed and food sovereignty in the country. And this organization is called ISFA. ISFA is a forum on agrobiodiversity and agroecology in Kenya. And within this organization and this forum that we are all members of, we have been able to develop what we are calling a national agroecology strategy. And we have a draft in Kenya, hoping that now this will lead to a national legislation on agroecology, which really supports the issue of seed and food sovereignty in the country. And of course, all this translates to the regional and then the continental level where we are as members of AFSA. Thank you.